Dante, how are you feeling with the injury? And I guess just looking at the summer, are you going to be healthy enough to just have a real basketball summer instead of a rehab type summer?
Yeah. It obviously sucked to go down like that. I'd had kind of a tight hamstring for a couple of weeks, and it was something I was fighting through throughout the playoffs. And obviously, I don't want to go down like that, but it happened, and it wasn't as bad as it seemed. But it's feeling good. I'm obviously walking. I think it's just going to be one of those injuries where I need a couple of weeks rest and then start strengthening. I'll be good. But no, it's definitely not going to be a rehab summer. I'm excited just to get back out on the court. Get back out to LA. Start whenever I can, getting involved in some runs and just playing.
Dante, obviously in your time here, you've kind of had a rocky start. I mean, you've been injured pretty much. Dennis said they don't believe that you're injury prone, but how do you feel like you're able to get into a consistency when those types of things happen, and what are you hoping to look forward to in this summer and moving forward?
Yeah, obviously it's hard, going down, going down like how I did. But, I can't sit here and be like, those injuries have held me back. I was able to, come back from it this season, which, I'm truly, was excited about just to be a part of this team and, what we've been able to accomplish. But, I think, I need to, look forward and, just making sure I do everything I can, whether it be during the season or in the off season. There's a lot of things I can't control, but I can control how hard I work and limit any little injuries as much as possible during this time in the off season.
Dante, it's crazy. It just seems like you're so young, but you're already approaching free agency in your career. What's this summer going to be like for you as that time approaches? What vibe do you get from the team, and what do you see as your role in this with this franchise moving forward if you are retained?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited, going into it. It's something new that obviously I haven't gone through. But nothing changes for me. Going into this summer, I'm still gonna have the same mindset. Trying to get better. That's the biggest thing. And I think the Jazz want me back. So hopefully, it all works out. But my agent's gonna take care of that. And I think, for me as a player, I just need to, control what I can control.
Obviously, assuming that you are retained and you are here in the future, your partnership in the backcourt with Donovan Mitchell, we've only been able to see snippets of that starting with Summer League last year. How exciting is that for you potentially as a duo that can do a lot of things, has a lot of versatility in the modern league? Yeah,
you've obviously got to see Donovan this whole year, and me, late coming back in, but I can already feel some chemistry building, and just the excitement that he has for the game, and I do too. Only good things can come of that. He's a obviously a great offensive player, but very defensive minded, and wants to be a good defender. That's where I kind of taken a step forward in that aspect. So hopefully we can create a good backcourt. If I do come back.
Dante, you got a taste of the playoffs this year, and you're able to kind of get a little more experience that way. Do you notice a noticeable experience by playing in the playoffs versus regular season, and what do you feel like you've learned from that you can translate into moving forward?
Yeah, playoffs is totally different from the regular season. It's not that players are trying hard or anything. I think it's you need to win, and you're playing the same team 4, 5, 6, 7 times in a row. So it definitely gets down to that attacking. Might be attacking everyone's weakness. I think. You kind of see, if I come out in the court and, everyone's, shading me left, it's like, okay, that's what they're seeing in my game that I need to work on. So, playing the playoffs gives me an opportunity to see, what other teams, look at me as my weaknesses and, be able to play off that. And, I couldn't ask for, anything more, obviously with the injury, it sucked, but, I got the opportunity to play, I think 25 games this year, and it gives me a good stepping tool going into the off season to know where I need to work on, what to work on.
Down similar lines of the playoff intensity, you had a chance, particularly in the Houston series. You guarded James Harden for a lot of possessions. Chris Paul received some attention for the job that you did in terms of that. Do you think you kind of showed something to the league and maybe to yourself in a way about what you can be and your confidence in that type of thing?
Yeah, 100%. I think it's the league. Arguably the league MVP this year. And just to go out and kind of be recognized in a way for being able to defend him well. But I think the Jazz put a great game plan forward and how to defend him. So I've talked to my coaches about what I thought I should have done to defend him and how to defend him, and we've had that discussion, and but I think it did give me some confidence. And I think if I'm able to scout guys, which I think is going to be go into my preparation a bit more leading into next season, the ability to scout and see what guys do more offensively, it's going to help me as a defender, because as I was talking about in playoffs, you're attacking people's weaknesses, and that's what we did with James Harden, and it gave me the ability to defend him.
Just what are some of the specific things you need to work on your game this summer, and then where do you plan to be this summer? Are you going to mostly be in the States, or are you going to go elsewhere?
Yeah, no, I'm going to be mostly in LA. I think that's kind of my home base of where I work out. Australia's kind of too far away, and it's cold. But I think Yeah, I think for me the biggest thing is the pull up. I've got the ability to get to the basket, and guys are going to start to play on that a bit more. So if I'm able to shoot that mid range pull up and obviously the 3-point, it just adds a different aspect to my game that guys are going to have to defend, and it will open up my driving lanes a bit more.
If no more questions, thank you very much, Dante.
Thank you.
Have a good summer.